All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're doing a quick intelligence briefing on 4 huge developments that are really shaking up the world of AI. So let's get to it. See, the AI race isn't just accelerating anymore, it's fragmenting. The big story here isn't just about one company pulling ahead of the pack. Nope, the entire industry is splitting up, creating these separate, distinct battlegrounds. We're essentially watching a war being fought on 4 different fronts at the exact same time. Okay, so first up, Google's big gambit in the open source world. They just dropped Gemma 4, and believe me, this is a huge strategic shift for them. Now, Gemma 4 isn't just one model. You gotta think of it as a whole family, all derived from Google's big flagship Gemini 3. You've got these smaller models that can run right on your phone or even a tiny Raspberry Pi, and then you've got the bigger ones meant for heavy-duty workstations. The whole idea, the theme here, is all about intelligence per parameter, which basically means they're trying to squeeze more and more brain power out of smaller, more efficient packages. And the results? They're really, really impressive. The biggest model in the family scored a whopping 85.7% on the GPQA Diamond benchmark. Now, for those who don't know, this is a notoriously difficult test of scientific reasoning. So what this proves is that these new open models are the real deal. They are seriously capable, not just some marketing fluff. But honestly, the performance isn't even the biggest headline here. The really crucial part is the license. For the very first time, Google is releasing these models under the Apache 2.0 license, which is totally permissive. What does that mean for you? It means anyone, and I mean anyone, can use them, change them, and even build a whole business on top of them with 0 strings attached. This is a massive pivot for Google, and it's a clear shot across the bow at all the other powerful open models popping up around the globe. All right, let's move to our second front. Here, we're seeing a fundamental shift in how developers are actually using AI. It's evolving, from just a simple little assistant to something that's woven into these complex, integrated workflows. Think about it. Until now, most AI coding tools kind of felt like you were just stuck in this single back and forth chat with one assistant, trying to get one little thing done at a time. Sure, it was helpful, but it was also pretty limited, especially when you're working on something big and complex. But now, that's all changing. Tools like Cursor 3 are completely flipping the script. Instead of just chatting with one assistant, you're now managing a whole team of AI agents. You can fire up multiple agents at once, give them different jobs to do, and then just sit back and compare what they come up with to pick the absolute best solution. So stop thinking of it as a conversation. It's more like you're the director of your own AI development team. Pretty cool, right? Okay, on to front number 3. And this is where things get a little secretive. It looks like Meta has a lot more going on behind the curtain than any of us realized. We're talking about a deep, hidden pipeline of models that haven't been released yet. So check this out. Researchers recently dug up these internal code names for model families being tested inside Meta AI. We're talking names like avocado, mango, and even one called pericado. Finding these proves that what Meta is working on internally is way deeper and more advanced than what they're showing us publicly. Which, of course, begs the question, right? If these models are so far along in development, why haven't we seen them? What's the holdup? Well, reports are suggesting that the avocado model got delayed specifically because it just wasn't holding up against the top competitors. And that tells you everything about the insane pressure these companies are under to be the best of the best. And if you want to know how high the pressure is, get this. There were reportedly discussions happening inside Meta about licensing Google's Gemini model, even just for a short time. I mean, just let that sink in. The idea that a titan like Meta would even consider using a model from its biggest rival, that tells you everything you need to know about how high the stakes are in this race. It's intense. All right, for our fourth and final front, we've got a really fascinating countertrend. While all these giants are duking it out for supremacy, something else is happening. Smaller, highly specialized models are starting to pop up and actually outperform the big guys on very specific, very difficult tasks. Just take a look at this comparison. There's this group, the Technology Innovation Institute, or TII, and they released a small model called Falcon Perception. On a benchmark that tests how well a model understands spatial relationships in images, which is super hard, it scored over 53. Now look at its much larger competitor. It only scored around 31. That is a massive difference. We're talking about a complete blowout. And really, what this all comes down to is a powerful lesson. In the world of AI, you don't always have to be bigger to be better. It's proof that sometimes being smarter and smaller can absolutely beat being bigger and stronger. And here's another perfect example of this. TII also put out Falcon OCR. It's a tiny model, just 300 million parameters. But despite its size, when it comes to understanding documents, its performance actually matches giant models like Google's Gemini 3 Pro and even beats GPT-4. I mean, that's a total game changer, especially for jobs where you need speed and efficiency above all else. So we've looked at these 4 different fronts. We've seen Google's move, the rise of AI agents, Meta's secret projects, and the power of small AI. What does it all mean when you put it together? Well, we can boil it all down to 3 key trends that are really shaping the future of AI as we speak. Okay, trend 1. Google's big open source play shows that the real strategic battle is now open versus closed. Trend 2. What we're seeing with tools like Cursor means AI is graduating. It's moving beyond simple chatbots and becoming these deeply integrated agents that run our workflows. And finally, trend 3, as we saw with Falcon, is that these super efficient, specialized models are rising up to challenge the giants. They're carving out their own critical space in the AI world. And all of this leaves us with one last really fascinating question to think about. Is the future of AI going to be one single, all-powerful master model that can do absolutely everything? Or is the future going to look more like a team of smaller, specialized AI experts, where each one is a genius at its own specific task? Right now, that's the big question, and the answer is still being written.